If you have been holding AMC and or GameStop since January 28th of 2021 for 3 years or greater, spam the comment section down below. 3 years ago on January 28th, AMC, GameStop, as well as COS got liquidation only notices in emergency notice where the buy button was taken away for these 3 tickers, and they basically forcefully tank these stocks. Now it's coming right back around to bite them in the ass as creditors are seeking for immediate liquidation Monday, January 29th, 2024. We have major catalysts coming out tomorrow on Monday upon market open that could cause a major shift going forward. And this isn't the only one that we're going to touch on about Evergrande that is coming into immediate effect, but there are a few other ones. If you haven't seen the video yesterday on the full technical analysis on AMC and is AMC squeezing this week, make sure to go watch that and be prepared for what is about to come. Without further ado, guys, all I ask you to do is hit the like button. It is free, it helps me out, and it pushes the video out to more apes like you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Join us on this journey to financial freedom. Let's get into it. China's securities regulators will fully suspend the lending of restricted shares effective from Monday. The China Securities Regulatory Commission will also limit efficiency of some securities lending and securities refinancing market from March 18th as well. Yes, so investors who buy shares will not be allowed to lend them out for short selling with an agreed lockup period over on the Chinese market. China has moved to officially limit short selling after informal efforts failed to stop a worsening stock market sell-off. The measures, which will come into effect from Monday, are designed to create, in quotes, a fairer market. Regulators are coming under increasing pressure to halt the stock sell-off, which has been fully fueled by uncertainty over the country's economic growth prospects. They are moving towards a, in quotes, more forceful state support for the market. Now, this will be important in correlation as well. Creditors are seeking for liquidation Monday, January 29th, 2024. When the government starts talking about outlawing short selling, you know there's trouble ahead. The massive real estate bubble was allowed to fester for too long before Beijing took actions, many economists say. I guess they were hoping for some kind of stability in the Chinese real estate market, but it's a complete disaster. They are hoping to salvage whatever they can. Unfortunately, their assets are far less than their debts, and liquidating construction projects will most likely result in pennies on the dollar. It appears that the court will begin the liquidation tomorrow. In addition to the original creditors, a group of offshore bondholders, which we recently talked about, intends to join the case to liquidate the company's assets. However, the company warned that the most recent hearing will be the last before a decision on whether to issue the winding up order in the absence of a concrete restructuring plan. Bloomberg News reported this week that the court will seek a probable regulatory order on Monday, indicating that liquidation is imminent. Absolutely, right away, they could be liquidated as early as Monday. Now, I want to talk about a couple outcomes for game over for tomorrow if they get liquidated. Will the Evergrande never-ending story come to an end tomorrow, or will they just kick the can down the road for the 8th in the hope that a miracle suddenly strikes Evergrande from the skies and fixes the whole mess? Now, if the hearing is adjourned again, which only one more time, according to the court, not only Evergrande and his creditors, but the whole real estate sector will remain in limbo with no escape routes for all those stuck inside there. Let's be honest, this is what almost everyone entangled in this mess hopes for. So anyone caught up in this whole Evergrande mess really hopes it gets adjourned just one last time for no reason, because they won't have an escape route anyway. Well, the company will continue to operate in zombie mode without needing to face consequences for its reckless past. Creditors will not lose money in their balance sheet, and the judicial system in Hong Kong won't risk being blamed for inflating the domino that triggers a credit event of unpredictable consequences. Finally, the government in China won't be made very upset, because both their latest stimulus efforts and the incoming Chinese New Year holidays will likely be spoiled by an Evergrande liquidation. Now, if Justice Linda instead rules for immediate liquidation, this is what's going to happen. The immediate actions are the court appoints an official liquidator who takes control of the company. Trading on Evergrande stocks will be suspended once again, and Evergrande bank accounts will immediately be frozen. And then step 2, the liquidation process. The official liquidator will be required to certify all assets as well as liabilities of Evergrande, and creditors will then submit their claims, and they will be ranked based on their legal status. So far, Two types of creditors have been identified: those belonging to Class A, senior notes, Hong Kong dollar-dominated convertible bonds, and one private loan, and those belonging to Class C, private loans, repurchase obligations, and guarantees provided by the company. Number 3, the company liquidator then starts to sell all assets in an orderly manner and through all possible means available to maximize their value. And then 4 and 5, employees of the company will all be terminated, and their salaries and services will have the highest repayment priority in the liquidation process. And once all debts are settled and assets liquidated, the company is formally dissolved and removed from the company's register. In the case that the court rules in favor of liquidation, the effects of $300 billion of debt going officially poof into thin air will leave a bad scar on banks' loan books across the world, but it's going to leave a larger scar than that, of course. Moving on, not only is China suspending short sellers, Evergrande potentially getting liquidated, but ISDA contracts expiring tomorrow. And that is not only it, we got another one. AMC CEO Adam Aron toots a vote of confidence in the company by its bank lenders. AMC's deal with its bank lenders to extend the covenant suspension period of a loan for another year reflects the company's recovery, according to Adam Aron. Well, if we take a look at this, in a late tweet Wednesday, the AMC CEO thanked the movie theater chain lenders, Citigroup, Goldman, and Credit Suisse. In quotes, "Today we filed an SEC 8-K that our bank lenders have extended a covenant waiver all the way to March 31st, 2024. This is a reflection of AMC's recovery being well underway, a vote of confidence in AMC buyer banks that we much welcome. Thank you, Citi, Goldman, and Credit Suisse." We are expected to see an announcement on AMC covenant extension next week because there is a deadline in March of 2024. The share price is further overhanging because of this. We received an update on January 29th, 2023 last year, something to monitor if no news is released before the deadline. We really want news to be released before this deadline. That will be another positive catalyst to move AMC higher because as of right now, the share price could be overhanging in addition to that, of course, in addition to the manipulation, right? Speaking of a potential catalyst, someone is still breaking down Adam Aron's tweets, now using a periodic table, basically coming up with February 29th, a merger or acquisition announcement may come out. And a coincidence that it's on a leap year, yada, yada, yada. But also, the fact that they lined this up with the earnings on the 28th, they could be onto something. Here's a quick touch on the box office numbers for 2024, $440,000. AMC coming into the week, I just wanted to touch on the options chain. 4,000 calls compared to 20,000 puts expiring in the money to start the week, and then 42,000 calls out of the money compared to 25,000 puts expiring out of the money, as well as GameStop, 1,000 to 1,000 puts expiring in the money, and then 22,000 calls compared to 4,000 puts, so more people are betting bullish on both. Now, JP Morgan paid $1.4 billion in legal expenses in 2023. And we also recently covered that they have an estimated $2.76 billion of potential losses that could be experienced due to credit risk for the fourth quarter of 23, also known as provision for credit losses. And not only is JP Morgan falling off a cliff, but the CEO is saying that the US economy is speeding towards a cliff and is about to fall off as debt continues to mount. Do you guys think he is accurate? Do you think that the stock market is about to crash and everything is about to crumble? You let me know in the comments down below. Now, before we get into the overall market, crypto, and catalysts that are happening this week and the times they are happening, shout out to all the new members joining the Discord. Can't wait to make some money with you guys. If you're not in here yet, it's a coffee a month. Get in the Discord, level up your trading journey. Discord gives you access to one-on-ones with me. I'm in there on a daily. We also have stock trading alerts. Over 500 members now. We post gains and losses, and I post my trades as soon as I take them in my personal portfolio. Also, use the link in the top of the description to sign up for Mumu and make a deposit. Once you do that, it takes 2 minutes out of your day after this video is done. You are going to start earning free stocks. It helps me out and it also helps you out. And you're also earning 8.1% APY for 3 months, but 5.1% APY for the rest of the year with no risk attached, and getting level 2 order book data for free, as well as just an overall great interface using Mumu. Both of those links are under the description and pinned in the top of comments. Bitcoin recently broke above the 40K resistance level. Then it had resistance at 41.5 and is slowly breaking above right now. We want to see volume continue to pick up and more momentum to move it higher, but as of right now, Bitcoin is looking well in the overall crypto space, as well as the market is touching resistance. Coming into the week, the SPY is fighting resistance right here. I'd watch for a smackdown to come down to about 482.45 or a slow push higher, since that is what crypto is doing, to around 492.30. Those are the levels I'm watching for the SPY coming into the week. Now, U.S. economic data that will affect the overall market this week are: Tuesday, we have consumer confidence as well as JOLTS job openings. And then Wednesday, ADP non-farm payrolls, Fed, FOMC rate decision. And then Thursday, jobless claims, ISM manufacturing PMI on Friday, non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate, average hourly earnings, and consumer sentiment. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for the video. The last touch is the layoffs that happened over the last 3 months is Twitch cut 35% of its workforce, Hasbro 20, Spotify 17, Levi 15, Xerox 15, Alteryx 14, Wayfair 13, Duolingo 10, Washington Post 10, eBay 9, Business Insider 8, Schwab 6, BlackRock 3, Citigroup 20,000 employees, and Pixar 1,300. In 2022 and early 2023, we saw over 300,000 layoffs. They were almost entirely in tech companies, but now we're seeing layoffs on all industries to start the year. Love you all. Lottery Socks out.